Hi there, it's Good Friday, the beginning of Easter, and I'm going to share a reflection on the scripture that's been suggested for churches to read today. But before we approach the scripture, just want to take a moment to just notice how we are as we're approaching the scripture. If you find it helpful, you might like to close your eyes if that helps you to concentrate. But take a moment just to notice what's on your mind, the thoughts and the ideas that might be moving about there. And take some time to notice what's on your heart, the feelings and emotions that are sitting there. And take some time to notice what you're experiencing in the whole of your body. And pay attention to what's going on in the place around you. Any things that you hear or you see or feel going on. When we come to the scripture, when we come to God, we don't have to leave all that's going on for us behind. We can bring that with us, and it might help to inform our response to the scripture and our response to God. The scripture that's been suggested for today is the whole of chapter 18 and 19 of John's Gospel. So feel free to pause the video and have a read of that and then start the video up again. We might well ask, how can we call this Friday good? Crucifixion was an horrific form of execution designed to break the spirits of a people. The Romans used it against people that they had colonized. It created an example of anyone who stepped out of line. All the people would see that this was what would happen to you if you rebelled against the rule of Rome. The church has an unfortunate history of blaming the Jewish people as a whole for the execution of Jesus, when the story actually goes that his downfall is a collaboration between the Roman colonial government and the Jewish religious leaders. Basically, church and state working hand in hand. Christians believe that Jesus is God in human form. God has come to live among us. God has come to live among us, and human beings have killed him. Actually, that's not the whole of the story. That's not exactly how we've heard it told in John's Gospel. God has become human, and some humans have conspired to kill him. God has become human, and one human dobbed him in to the police who were looking for him. God has become human, and one human tried to defend him from arrest. God has become human, and one human denied ever knowing him. God has become human, and a few humans, most of them women, stayed with him as he died to the very end, ensuring that even though he felt cut off from God, he didn't die alone. Through that experience with Jesus in his last moments, those humans became family, the beginning of the church. Jesus' death means that God really entered into our experience completely. It means God really did become an actual human being, and God experienced what we experience, even facing death as we do. This solidarity with humanity, initiated by God, means that conflict between God and humanity can be reconciled. It means human beings can know God. It means God knows what it's like to be human. It also means that we can see something of Jesus' experience, something of God's experience in all who suffer and in all who are oppressed. Whenever people suffer, God is with them in it. And we might ask, how will we respond to the suffering God this time we meet them? Will we be complicit in their oppression? Will we turn away and pretend that we don't know? Will we take up arms and fight as though God needs our protection? Will we be present with God in God's suffering, like the few who remain with Jesus?